When altcoins pump, they pump like crazy, and we all have those friends or acquaintances that have made 1000x gains in altcoins, and most of us are just sitting there on the sideline after the fact saying, sheesh, if only I had seen this coming. Well, today I'm going to be walking you through the 3 tools that we can use to time when these altcoins are really going to start pumping. So make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to click that bell for notifications, because we are bringing you the juiciest cryptocurrency videos here on YouTube. The first thing we need to do when it comes to timing these altcoin pumps is understand where we are in the Bitcoin 4-year halving cycle. Because what happens is Bitcoin will get a massive move, and then Bitcoin will settle out and range, and the altcoins will then get massive moves. And this happens 2 times in the Bitcoin cycle. It happens after the bear market bottoms out and Bitcoin gets that first initial bounce to the upside. And then it happens right at the end of the bull market where Bitcoin is about to top out and enter back into the bear market. So what we can do is we can look at the history of Bitcoin and understand that when we bottom out between the 786 and the 886 fib right here, this should be signaling us to say, look, it's about time to start looking for altcoin season, because this is the first signal that there is one on the way. The second thing that we need to look at is literally the altcoin season index. Blockchaincenter.net. You could just Google altcoin season index and it will tell you when you should be loading up on altcoins, because it's looking at their performance as compared to Bitcoin. Now, you can't just use this chart alone, because in bull markets and bear markets, at any point, the price of Bitcoin and altcoins against each other could be fluctuating. We need to have the perfect storm of indicators showing us that it's time to accumulate altcoins to ride them up to the moon. So what we need to do is we need to be looking and saying, okay, Bitcoin is bottoming out in the bear cycle. Then we wait for a massive pump. And look at this, back in 2019, January, we bottomed out and we got a massive pump starting at around April 2019. Now, when we take a look at the altcoin season index, we can see that right around April 2019, it was right in between Bitcoin season and altcoin season, right? They were about equal in general, right? I mean, we're looking at multiple altcoins compared to Bitcoin. But as Bitcoin continues to pump from April 2019, we can see slowly we're starting to come below this level. And whenever we see the altcoin season index below the number 27, preferably below the number 20, that is when it's really time to accumulate. Now check this out. When we see we top out around June 2019, July 2019 is when that first major Bitcoin pump tops out. And when we get to June, July 2019, we are well below 20. We're actually below 10. We're like 6, 12, 14. We come all the way down to about 4 on the altcoin season index, showing us that this is the peak of Bitcoin season. This is the time to really be accumulating altcoins, because they're about to pump when compared to Bitcoin. And we can see that if we were accumulating our altcoins around these times between July and October 2019, well, look at this. July and October 2019, we would have pretty much been accumulating altcoins throughout this time that Bitcoin was getting a retracement. And when we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, okay, the Ethereum Bitcoin pair is another indicator that we need to use to kind of time this. Once we start to bottom out here and say this is time to accumulate altcoins, we also see Bitcoin topping out. Then we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, which is a great indicator of how altcoins in general are going to perform against Bitcoin. We can see this is starting to bottom out, printing some bullish divergences, and then boom, from this point onward, we get massive pumps on the Ethereum and all other altcoins as compared to Bitcoin. So these are the 3 things that we really want to be waiting for. And right now we can see something similar is starting to happen, right? Where did the Bitcoin pump begin this time? The Bitcoin pump began this time at around November, December 2022. So around November, December 2022, we were right here, very similar to what we saw in 2019. We were around that 45 area, right in between Bitcoin season and altcoin season. And now we're starting to come back down below that 27 level. So what this means is, in my opinion, Bitcoin is, as we can see, beginning its massive pump that we tend to get after the bear market bottoms out. We tend to get a big move to the upside before we get a retracement and we start to range for a while. And so once we see this index starting to come below 20, especially below 10, in my opinion, this is the time to be accumulating altcoins to look to hold them basically until we come back up to altcoin season. And once altcoin season is at an all-time high, this is when we want to be taking profits. So what I'm personally waiting for is for this index to come below, especially 10, and then I'm going to start loading up on altcoins that I think are very, very bullish because we're seeing this pattern repeat. Now, people are always like, what altcoins should I be accumulating? Well, here's the way I look at it, and this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. By the way, if you want to take advantage of trading these coins, small term time frames on ByBit, 0% limit fees if you use the link in the description in the pinned comment. Also, if you want to join a community where we give our trade setups in advance, we do 3 live streams a day, and we are just a thriving community of traders. I mean, just the other day, we were crushing it in these markets, posting these 2 trade setups in advance, both of them playing out to the dang dollar. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Not a signals group, but an educational community. Also, if you want to learn how to trade this way, check out the course, jasoncaspertrading.com. So I actually teach you how to day trade, swing trade, and scalp trade in a very well thought out, planned manner. The way I look at altcoins to buy is I'm always going to be accumulating the ones that I believe in. These are going to be the big cap coins, right? Ethereum, Cardano, AVAX, Chainlink. For me, these are a few that I am really much into. XRP, and then some smaller caps that I've researched and feel like they have good pump potential. And then, of course, those obscure coins where I just hold a small moon bag because if it pumps, then, you know, I can make massive profits on a very small initial investment. And so you need to be building a portfolio that you've researched, that you feel these coins have good potential. And then you can be timing when to start really accumulating when we start to see all these things lining up together. And of course, I always recommend when it comes to making gains in altcoins, this is not financial advice, but it works best if you either, number one, keep the altcoins on an exchange with limit orders set so that you don't have to think about taking profits. You don't have to sit there and play the psychological game. Should I take profit now? Should I not? You should literally just accumulate your coins down here and then set limit sell orders along the way up, right? Along the way up. Just sell those limit sell orders. That is a technique that I have used for basically just not even thinking about it, just automatically making gains. Second thing is keeping them in cold storage until you start to see that we're moving into the top of altcoin season. Then maybe you can move over to an exchange and start to take profits or do it bit by bit. Those are the 2 ways I really like to do it. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you found it useful. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell. May God bless you all in the name of Jesus the Messiah. Even if you're not religious, that is fine with me. And I will see everybody in the next video. Peace!